Fellas, we are back with episode 4 of Jack of All Trades podcast, brother. Listen, y'all excited? I'm excited. Viewers, y'all excited? Y'all should be, because we're going to get into some interesting conversations today. Listen, I'm your host, Jamal. Got my man Tom. Got my man Stan. You know what I mean? The kickboxing king. It's like, nah, he's in karate. But regardless, you can kick you in your chest. But fellas, how y'all feeling today?
The fact you just say karate, Chuck Norris just died. I was like, oh man, Chuck Norris died.
He just went to give the Reaper instructions on how to follow through on death correctly. He didn't die.
So I'm jacking, right? I'm jacking somebody's John. So Chuck Norris didn't die in 2026. 2026 died in Chuck Norris. That's what we on. That's what we on.
Yeah.
You know how Chuck Norris, bro. He the GOAT. The only person is the GOAT is Bruce Lee. He ripped off Chuck Norris' hairs off his chest. What was that John called? Was it Return of the Dragon? That movie was in
Return
Italy.
of the Dragon, right?
It was something like that. I forget what Bruce Lee movie that was, but it was fighting the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of funny parts to that movie, bro, that's not meant to be funny. And that's my sense of humor. I laugh at stuff that's not meant to be funny. It's just how I hear things and how it's like pronounced. I remember this one part, and you guys may know this part or not, but shout out to my boy Beeble, who he works at my job. He knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. So they was in the alley, right? So remember the mob or whatever it was. They was not the mob, but they came. There was this gang in Italy, in Rome, right? They came to the Chinese restaurant, beat everyone up, and I think Bruce Lee's just just a chef, something like that. He steps up like, "Yo, meet me outside." They all go outside. It's a bunch of thugs. Of course, Bruce Lee beats them all up, and as Bruce Lee is knocking everyone out one by one, there's this fat Italian-looking dude. And I guess I think it was originally in Chinese. I think it was just subtitles. But anyway, this Italian dude, the way he tells them to get him, but the way he says it makes me laugh every time. He just says, "Get him." It sounds so weird. I'm like, and he says it several times, and it's just, and every person he says get him gets knocked out, and I laugh every single time. Corny, I probably got to show you guys more than I can tell you, but I can appreciate it. You guys not laughing is making it awkward.
I thought
anyway.
I was thinking about the dub overs with how everything's in Chinese, and then when they come in,
yeah, that's what dubs, like, dub overs, the
dub
dubs
is crazy. Like, oh, we going outside.
Yo, they the classics.
Wow.
Hood classics. Shaw Brothers.
I thought you were going to go to the part where he was fighting Bruce with the nunchucks, and he figured out he wasn't good, and he said, "Mamma mia," or something like that.
Oh, you see, Stan. Oh, yes, the same guy at the very end. He says, "Oh, Mamma mia," and Charles runs. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna add that in post, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna put it in post. They gonna see it. I'm gonna clip this John, and I'm gonna add it when I find it. Listen, it's gonna all make sense. Mamma mia!
The movie was crazy. The dub overs was terrible.
Oh my gosh, bro! But that was a good one. That was a good John. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. So, what we got? Tom, what we got on the agenda for today, bro? What we talking about?
Man, listen. So we've been over it. We talked about it. We're going with the GOATs, man. The greatest of all time, all
the
industries.
GOATs.
Wherever this conversation goes, I have no idea where it's going to go. We just completely freestyling. So wherever this takes us, it's going to take us for the greatest of the greats. So just be ready, be prepared, add your comments, whatever you want to, bring it to us. But we going in. We're going in on this GOATs.
Yes, sir. My bad.
It's fine. You hit it with the drum roll. Yo, you know what's crazy, though, about the GOAT conversation? Is the person who coined the term not even considered a GOAT. I was just thinking about that earlier.
Who coined it?
LL Cool J.
Y'all can have
Think
it,
about
bro.
that.
Y'all can have it.
Think about that.
Here's my black card. Y'all can have it. I should have known that. I should have known that. I should have known that.
Yeah, that's crazy. You didn't
I'm voluntarily turning my black card for as long as this podcast is going. But I'm taking it back after this podcast is over.
You gotta gradually get it back. Just keep going.
Nah, but yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. I was just
right.
thinking about that. I was like, man, yeah, the greatest
right.
of all time. You know what I mean? He shut it down, and then he's not even considered the greatest of all time.
in my opinion, he never was.
Bro,
In any era, he never was. Maybe I can't even say Run DMC because Run DMC they were rock stars in the late '80s, early '90s. They were rock stars.
Yeah,
When Def Jam was being built, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were rock stars. I think LL Cool J was probably the best solo act, but Run DMC, bro, they was different, bro.
Yeah. LL Cool J was the greatest of a year. For real.
When?
Like, he had it.
For the ladies?
I mean, Mama said knock you out. He ran that
That was
year.
hard.
He ran that
Yeah,
year,
that
right?
was hard.
He had a year.
That was
had a
hard.
year run where it was like, I'm the one, but
Yeah.
not of all time. And that's rough. That you made the turn and you're not the greatest of all time.
Bro, I think hold on. What year was that when Mama said knock you out? What was that? What year was that?
91? Was it 91? Check that because
Hold on.
I know he came out with the album with the Panther on the front, and I think that was 89. But I swear it was 91.
Because the only reason why I'm asking is because I'm trying to figure out who else was like. Because I know for a short period of time, New York City wasn't. I know New York City is the mecca of hip hop when it first started. It all started in New York, right?
Oh yeah.
But I don't think at that time, I don't think New York was the hottest out there. I want to say was the West Coast like were they starting to make their thing?
When it first started though, African Bambaataa,
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, all that. New York had it on lock when it
For
first
sure.
started.
For sure.
Yeah, when it first started. You know what I mean? They was the one rapping in the projects and rapping in the parking lots and everything like that to just a random beat on the radio. They're actually off of disco beats. That's when they was first rapping off of disco beats.
Oh man, bro.
And that's when
that was a bad time, bro. The drip was crazy. The drip was crazy, bro. Like the Dr. Dre before he became West Coast Dr. Dre. Do you remember what he was wearing back
he was
then?
wearing shiny suits.
It was crazy, bro. Dang.
the shiny suit era.
1990, bro, for Mama Should Knock You Out.
1990?
So yeah, New York was
Okay.
still
Wow.
New York was still running
Yeah.
it. Yeah. New York was still running it for sure. But dang,
Wow.
bro. Cause I know it went from New York, then for a time period it became like New York was still bumping, but like I think NWA and Death Row Records they came in and started making Snoop Dogg. Obviously that led into the beef with Biggie and stuff like that, and Tupac. But dang, music had came a long way, bro.
It really has.
So then we in music right now. Who's y'all goats for music?
I digress, bro. I can't.
You gonna walk away from that comment?
I can't,
You
bro. Listen, I can't. Brother, it's hard, too hard, bro. Because I have an eclectic ear. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're talking about hip hop, right? Rap.
Yes,
Hip-hop.
we doing
Okay,
rap. We
hip-hop,
doing rap right
okay.
Okay.
I don't know because there's so many errors. Because it's not even fair. Because if I say one person, I gotta think about someone else. And put it this way, Jay-Z is not my GOAT. I'm gonna put it out there right now. Jay-Z's not my GOAT. I'm a Nas guy. You know what I'm saying? I like Nas.
Okay.
Nas is my guy. But when you coin the term GOAT, like what do we talk about? We talk about records being sold. We talk about because if you think about that, you can't put Jay-Z because Jay-Z was never the number one artist in any era. Because remember, he had to go through guys like Lil Wayne. He had to go through guys like DMX. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent. Like these were people who were out that were hotter than Jay-Z. Now Jay-Z, he's a mogul. But we talking about just rap and hip hop, I can't say Jay-Z. Because I think of guys like who sold less than Jay-Z, but I think is hotter than Jay-Z. Jadakiss, in my opinion, is a better rapper than Jay-Z.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that. I can see where
Beanie
you're coming
Siegel.
from that.
You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
Lyrically, right? That's where it comes in at. I mean, as far as lyrically, Jay-Z's not the best lyricist. He's never claimed to really be the best lyricist. The dude is the best businessman, producer that comes behind it with it, but he's never been a lyricist. So yeah, you got Nas. I mean, Nas a way better lyricist.
Yeah, then he has L's on his records in his battles. He lost. I don't care. No one said Nas torched him.
Yeah.
Nas beat him, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's probably 47% of people who would disagree with you on that, but that's where that battle went.
Fair.
If you remember that battle was crazy. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? The takeover Ether and it's back and forth. It's like, oh,
and that's how you gotta,
Nas
and that's how you gotta do it too, bro. You gotta, like, you know, rap is a competitive sport. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about to the days when rap came, it was all about who's the better MC. Before they put anything on wax, they was out on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Just flowing and spitting. You know what I'm saying? That's how they was sharpening their tools. So for me, I don't know. I just know that for me, Nas is better than Jay-Z. Then they got to think about the new guys, the new era, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I'm like, goodness gracious, bro. And I think music in that aspect is always evolving. You know what I'm saying, with rap. So I can't say, you know what? Let's put it this way. I say GOATs for an era. I can't give you a GOAT of all time in hip hop for me. In an era, I could probably do it.
Okay. Era. We'll go. All right, we'll go 90. We'll go to decades. 90 to 99. Who you got?
It's still hard because I got two people in mind.
Man, you got Pac, you got Biggie.
Pac.
You got Jay,
but Pac wasn't the better lyricist. I think he was a more impactful songwriter. He had some fire songs, bro. Like songs that make you want to go out and get it. Songs that makes you want to be influential in your community. Songs that makes you want to go ride out with the blicky. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when he was battling against the East Coast and Biggie and them, bro. Yo. And this is back in my days when I was younger. Like, so this is like 02, 03. You know what I'm saying? I'm still listening to Pac. You know what I mean? Like, sure. Pac had me want to go out there and do something. You know what I mean? Like, but he's also like a rebel. So you got Pac, you got Biggie. DMX came out of nowhere, and DMX can have you rapping. Then next you know, he praying and had you crying and stuff like that, bro. Like, who can emotionally sway you like that? So for me, you say 90s, bro. Like, you got to split that in half. Because
half decade
DMX, bro, 98 and 99, no one was messing with X, and then Biggie died prematurely. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Pac. You feel me?
So you say 90 to 99, you saying Pac? Is that what?
99? No, I'm saying DMX.
You saying X? 99?
Yeah, X. Dark as Hell is Hot, Blood of My Blood.
Okay, I mean, it's see, that's true because X goes into that
even in 2000s,
99 into the 2000s.
Yeah.
So honestly, though, when you say that, would you put X though running the early 2000s rather than the tail end of the 90s? Because his went in from the tail end to the 90s to into the 2000s, whereas who actually ran the 90s though, the meat of the 90s, right? We talking about 94, 95, 96, right? When you had music, you had Jeep music popping, you know what I mean? You had Adina Howard and shit. You had, you know what I mean, t-shirt and panties on. Right? That's the crux of the 90s though, the 90s music. Will
It's wild you use that one, that song, that old t-shirt and panties.
That was the time though, right? That was the time. You had Jeep music in the center of the 90s, right? You had, Will Smith talking about summertime in the beginning, and then where it went from a party music to more of a city feel, grit, grime, and all of a sudden now the West Coast takes it, and now they're showing you how they getting, you know what I mean? They gangbanging, the gangbanging music to the hood, right? Yeah. So it's the crux of the 90s is right in that center, that 94, that 95, that 96, and that 97. That's the crux of your real 90s. So that's what I would say. I would put X in the 2000s. I would say X got the 2000s, early 2000s on lock. You know what I mean? And then it blends into 50 and Ja Rule and all them guys. But
then Lil Wayne and all that.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne 2008, 7, 9. Yeah. So this is my list. I guess this is my list. I like Biggie more. He's a better lyricist. I think Biggie, great storyteller, better lyricist. But I think far as his portfolio, I think Pac had a deeper portfolio. He came out with more albums than Big did.
Okay.
You know
I mean,
I could see that.
Listen.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see that. And you can't.
I'm still saying
That's
Big
the
though. I'm still saying
yeah.
Big. Biggie
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's hard to go against anybody to debate that
That's
goat.
why
I
I
mean,
didn't want to do it.
you
Ah,
could debate it. It could be debated, but it's hard to because you have people in their respective sides of the coast and what they did and their influence affected different people at different times. So it's really hard to say that oh okay, Big is the GOAT in the 90s, Pac is the GOAT in the 90s, and can there be more than one GOAT? You know, you got to think about that. Does a GOAT mean it's just it? That's the person. It's only one. It can only be one GOAT, or can you have multiple GOATs in the same profession?
I don't know about
That's
that,
see,
brother.
and that's the thing. That's how I
Because
mean. You
rap is
won. You won a
competitive. It can't
one.
be. It can't be.
You can't be the
What
greatest
it?
of all time if there's more than one.
What did Kendrick Lamar said about the big three?
Oh
He
yeah,
said it's just big me. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
how it should be.
I see two of them kissing and hugging on stage.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes. But Stan, what you got, brother? You the MC at all of us. What you got?
Now, I found y'all conversation fascinating. And you know what's ironic is I didn't grow up listening to rap. So like a lot of these things that happening in the 90s, I didn't know any of these guys. I was listening to WJJZ 106.1. So like by the time I got into rap, Biggie and Pac had already passed, and I didn't listen to Mobb Deep, barely listen to DMX. So when I came into it,
Yeah.
so it was kind of interesting hearing from my recollection. I remember Jay-Z and Eminem kind of running the early 2000s. Like there was nobody else mattered. Like Nas didn't even matter until he had the beef with Jay, and then that put him back on the map because he came out and did what he did with Ether. But I think it's a fair point that it's hard to pick a GOAT out of so many great talents. But for me, if I'm going, let's say early 2000s, for example, I'd go Jay-Z and Eminem. I think Jay-Z, contrary to what a lot of people say, he's a very, very good lyricist. Because I really
No,
listen
facts.
to internal
Yeah.
rhyme structure and rhyme scheme, and people just view him as like an ABC, like cookie cutter rapper. He's not. Like when you start going into his catalog, this guy can rap his motherfucking ass off. Is he as good
Facts.
as Nas in some aspects? No, but I think that lyrically he's up there. I think Eminem came and kind of shattered what it meant to be an MC, like when we were in the era of bubble coat rappers, you know,
Yeah.
And set a certain standard. For me, Jay-Z and Nas, they had really, really good lyrical ability, but their delivery is what made them special. And then Eminem, see, my bar for like lyrics is guys like Eminem, Papoose, Cassidy, Big L, early Jay
Shout out
Z,
to
like
Big L.
Jay Z when he was back with like Jazzo, you know, like when he used to
Jazzo,
be
yeah.
rapping like double and triple time. Like
Fast.
people don't remember
Yeah,
that.
fast. Yeah.
I remember when Blueprint came out, nothing else mattered. He had every hit on the radio, if we remember, and it wasn't just because he had the club bangers; it's because like he had bars. And then Eminem, it's like everywhere you went, like nobody wanted. Jay-Z was the only person who had the balls to do a feature with Eminem at the time. Like people want to say,
Eminem-
"Oh, you got."
Eminem chewed him on his own track, by the way. He had the better verse.
Oh yeah, I think he had a better verse for sure. But
Yeah.
listening to it, I think it depends on what your taste is, because I think it's such a contrast in styles on that track that for that beat. And that song actually was originally for Voice to that song was originally for was Voice to
That joint was
5'9"
fire, bro.
Eminem song. That wasn't even supposed to be
Okay.
Jay-Z's song.
I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like I think Eminem already had the beat on him, on the beat, pun intended, and then his style fit that beat better. Because if you listen to Jay-Z's verse, I had to hustle back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint. Now this
Bro.
like the multis are crazy, but like when
Yo.
you're
Go ahead. Talk.
but the contrast with
Talk.
with Eminem's verse, like he's going into like 5-6 syllable rhyme schemes, and I think this is a teaching point from my perspective. People always want to talk about Jay-Z doesn't have to write anything down and he just spits it from memory, and that is a great talent. But one of the cons of that is you can't really get really in depth with the nuance with your rhyme scheme. So like when you go and get somebody who's actually writing it down, I don't care how good you are and how much you've streamlined your process, you're gonna be at a disadvantage against somebody who is writing things down and going over them 1, 2, 20 times. It's just that's not necessarily a skill thing from my standpoint, which is why I think that it was only inevitable that Eminem was going to outshine Jay-Z on that track. But those two really stood out to me, and then obviously Nas. Thank goodness that they had the battle, because then I knew who Nas was. I didn't know him from the '90s. I didn't know Stillmatic. I didn't know Illmatic.
That's
I didn't know.
wild, bro. Yeah. Dang, bro.
So honestly, and this is a hot take. I like Biggie. I like Pac. I just don't think that they're the best, because I don't have that nostalgia, like growing up in the moment. Like if you were to tell people that grew up in the moment that they cannot see anything different because it's part of their being, right?
I can respect that. So you didn't really experience it. I mean, but here's the thing, music, you can go back and always listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So
when I go back and listen to it, yeah, go ahead.
But the same way how you're saying right now, because you didn't really nostalgia, I feel the same way. I guess when we get to a different GOAT topic with a certain athlete, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. I can watch it on his tapes and stuff like that and highlights, but I wasn't there to really. I didn't live through that era to actually go ahead and listen to it or watch it live to appreciate what this guy was doing. So I agree with I understand and respect what you're saying.
It's like
about the nostalgia of it.
It's like, and a lot of times I get that opinion and people will take it as, oh, you're trying to say Biggie was overhyped. Oh, you don't like Biggie? Blasphemy. It's just like, no, I just don't think he was the best. I think Big L was better than Biggie and Pac. That's just my opinion. Yeah. It just wasn't as popular as them. But if Big L doesn't die, I don't think that Eminem would have problems dealing with Big L. If Big L had the chance to like actually be rapping in the 2000s and actually grow as an artist, like, come on, man. The type of stuff he was spitting back in the 90s. I think very few. Nas was one of the only people that wanted to do songs with Big L when they were on the same label. Like, a lot of people avoided him, just like boxers avoid the guys they don't think they can beat. That's why I always have a lot of respect for like Eminem wanting to like have a verse on Biggie's track, whether they were alive at the same time or not. Like Jay-Z wanting to do a song with Eminem when everybody was avoiding him like the plague. Jay-Z wanting to do a freestyle with Big L when everybody was avoiding Big L like the plague back in '98. Back when he was just like running through the streets and just tearing things up. So that's why I respect guys like Nas, Jay-Z, and M a lot, because I think that they built onto what Biggie and Pac set as a foundation. They just didn't get a chance to live long enough to really evolve as artists, and then we probably be having a different conversation.
So to go with what you were saying about how Jay-Z ran in 2000s, early 2000s, Jay-Z was definitely in heavy rotation, but I don't think, me personally,
I'm about a dollar. What the F is? I'm about $1. What the F is 50 Cent? When 50 Cent came out with them, Jay-Z was on a run where it was almost like he was untouchable. I hear what you're saying, but like 50 Cent, he was one of the few people that he couldn't get through to Jay. For one reason,
I don't think that Jay-Z ever. I don't think Jay-Z. I think Rockefeller Records ran something, and that was a bunch of artists. You know what I'm saying? State Prop and stuff like that. Because you got to think about it. What came around? We talking about State Prop. We talking about Dipset. You know what I mean? We talking about all these Beanie Siegel. There was a lot of different projects coming out that was alongside Jay-Z, and Jay-Z was also featured on. You know what I'm saying? So,
but how did Rockefeller get to the point that they got to? Because Jay-Z was the main artist. That's the only reason they
at first, initially, yeah.
Right. So, like, I mean,
Jay-Z was like that because he was the best businessman, though.
Yeah, he was
the best rapper, the best businessman.
I'm not saying he was the best rapper.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
that's why he was out there more, though.
Yeah,
so that's why.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, yeah.
Him and Dame Dash,
him and Dame, I would say they the GOAT of doing that to the music industry, of flipping the music industry on its head to be able to promote, to produce, to put that music out like that at the streams that they were doing at that moment.
They were like the Roman Empire.
Plays, I'll say.
They were signing everyone.
Plays. Right. out of everybody and run laps
Kanye,
around him.
Just
So
Blaze.
they were definitely goated at that 100%. I won't knock Jay for that because he definitely goated on that. Now, what I will say though is ain't no way Jay-Z's in the top 5. Ain't no way.
Now?
You talking about as an overall artist or lyricist or what?
Yeah, overall rap. No way he's in the top 5. No way.
I don't know
You
about
got-
that, man.
Just cause, just think about his rap though.
It's
We
tough.
talking rap.
It's
We talking
tough.
rap.
That's
We're
tough.
talking rap now.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, Rockefeller Records. We're not talking about money. We talking
I'm
rap.
not talking about anybody.
So-
I'm talking about
so
as
real-
a pure artist. I don't see how you can say that.
Real quick.
Pure art. Okay, pure
Real
art.
quick,
I
real
give you
quick.
5.
And there's some
I give you
people
5.
and there's some people I could put up there, but aren't talked about enough. So I'm gonna
Right, I give you 5 though.
Go ahead,
That
go
I'm
ahead,
talking
go ahead,
about.
go ahead.
I'll give you 5.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You go Nas, you go Big L, you go Big Pun, right? Don't forget about Big Pun. Okay, y'all forgot about it. Y'all forgot about it. Okay. And now, what's the next 2? Like just rap. We talking rap. Wayne's above him, and even you said Eminem's above him. That's 5 already. And I in no specific order. That's 5.
and then there's people I can argue as well that could be part of top 5. People don't talk about this artist enough. Ludacris. Ludacris
Oh, yeah.
can spit, bro.
Yeah.
Like he got bars. And obviously the guys like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that top 5 is a tough top 5, bro.
Yeah, top 5 is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Top 5 is in rap, just in rap is crazy.
Yeah.
That's an impossible.
But
Impossible.
I want to
Mount
say this.
Rushmore.
I want to say this about Jay-Z as well. Because I stand Jay-Z better not be slept on lyrically because the lyrics he says, especially when he's writing things down, his lyrics aren't appreciated at the time because it's like, you know what is it? It reminds me, it's like it's grown man lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like you really gotta be like a mature adult to really understand what he's saying or what he's talking about. You feel me? To me, I equate it to as in terms of cognac, just a cup of cognac with one ice cube in a puff from a cigar. And you could appreciate it over time. You appreciate the experience and, the vibe of it. Because now, like, I go back listening to Jay-Z now. I'm like, yo, Hov was spitting. Like, he was spitting things that, a lot of his peers weren't even talking about at the time. Only people I could probably think of that was on that type of time was Nas. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, I think Jay-Z's lyrics, I think it's like fine wine. You appreciate it and it gets better over time when you go back and listen to it. Because I think Jay-Z, right? I can go back and listen to Jay-Z albums, not skip a beat and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It's dope, for real. But to go back to what I was trying to say earlier. Stan, if I recall, I think your first album was it the Rough Riders compilation album?
Yeah. Wow. It's a
Yeah,
good name, man.
see, it was a Rough
See that?
Riders
See,
compilation album.
I heard Jay-Z's song on there. Jadakiss and Jay-Z became my favorite artists when I first started listening to rap because of their individual songs on that album.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Kiss of Death and then or whatever it was called on there, and then Jay-Z's joint Jigga That Ninja or something like something different. I forgot the title, but like when I heard him spit on that, I'm just like, yo, who is this dude? So like for me, when I heard that, it's like that's what when I start in my GOAT conversation, I have to have somebody that when they drop a rhyme or a song, I'm like, yo, who is that? Right? So and it's like I think the argument against Jay-Z is he just made club hits. He was a good businessman, but he wasn't the best lyricist. I just wholeheartedly disagree with that because I've listened to his whole catalog down to the mixtapes and the freestyles. Same thing with all the artists I've listened to. Is he, like I said, is he the best lyricist? No, but it's like comparing like on a scale of 0 to 100. It's like just because he's not a 100. He's still a 90, but he's still 100 in other areas. So I still weight him very high as an artist. And like with some of the names thrown out, it's like I think longevity has to count because I'm a huge Big Pun fan, but it's like he's like a Gale Sayers of rap. He had like a 4 or 5 year window, and then boom, he's gone. Like for Gale Sayers, who's the ACL, but Big Pun is a untimely death, right? So it's just like, how can you weight those guys past a certain point when they didn't have a chance to prove themselves? Bo Jackson could have been one of the best specimen of all time if he had stayed healthy, but he didn't, right? So like we cannot call him a top. We can't put him up there with Jim Brown and Barry Sanders and Sweetness and ALT and Emmett Smith and guys like that. We can't, even though he may be.
He's the greatest two-way player of all time, though. He's the greatest two-sport player of all time.
But can we say that because Jim Thorpe had a way longer career way back in the day, right? So it's just like this is what I'm kind of talking about. Like, but we can put him up in that conversation. But like when you haven't had the chance to really prove yourself, not your fault, then it's like it's hard to have that conversation, in my opinion. And I think every summer there was a Jay-Z hit, and not just like the club bangers. Like you listen to the song, it's like, yo, this dude's spitting and he can make it a club song.
I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry.
Right,
right.
right.
Y'all gotta start choosing. Y'all gotta start choosing these goats, man. Y'all gonna skip around, be like, oh, this person better, that person.
That's what I said. I gotta put it in errors, bro. You gotta put it in errors, bro.
Now, I mean, I go out.
Yeah, gotta be.
I go out. I don't have my top 5 yet, but I definitely say that the people that were up there for me were Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, Big L, and then for me, just to round my list off, this can change because I haven't thought it through. Big Pun, because I just thought that, man, like even when he died, he had a banger. Right? He died and the song came out. I'm like, it's still a banger. Like I wish he stayed. He was still. Yeah. You know, so it's those are the guys that stand out for me. So that's my top 5. But you know, I haven't thought about the new eras greatly. But you know, with all the the J. Cole's and all those guys, they're great. But I just think that some of those guys from before, they just are more well rounded. Not just because of talent, but because there's none of this avoiding conflict and picking the right time where you want to talk about a topic, whether it's beefing with somebody else or something going on in the world. No, you say what's on your mind and let the chips fall where they may. So that's another factor I consider. I mean, I would have to go back in the history since I didn't start listening to rap until later. That's why I put that with an asterisk, because I didn't listen to Pop, I didn't listen to Biggie, I didn't listen to Mobb Deep, I didn't listen to NWA, so on and so forth. But Run DMC was like a distant like 6 for me. Like that was actually the first group I've heard of, and that was off of Encyclopedia Britannica or whatever the hell that used to be on those CDs we got back in the day. In Carter.
Windows in Carter.
In Carter. Yeah. I heard Hit and Run. I was like, yo, that group is fire. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, this is the first rap group ever created. And I heard Hit and Run. I'm like, yo, I just kept playing that joint on repeat, man. So I just think that, like, yeah, I would say Run DMC is a 6 just because of the impact that they had. And then at the time, I mean, how could you not have that in your cassette player all the time? Yeah. Like they transcended rap. Like they're like rock rap. They're one of the first.
He literally had a rock and roll with Aerosmith. He had a song with Aerosmith.
I think outside of Michael Jackson, they were one of the few people to start that transition into other. Like he went from pop to rock and actually did it at a high level. Not just, oh yeah, that's cute, you did one song. No, he could have been a rock star if he wanted to, man, with the type of songs he put out. And same thing with Run DMC.
You just said the GOAT of music, though, of all time. Michael Jackson is the GOAT of music, period. Like, there's nobody else above Michael Jackson when it comes to music.
We got to say, let's say top 3, because they're because I think of guys like James Brown. Like, just say top 3 until I gotta sit down and think about it.
I put Michael Jackson above James Brown.
I get it. I'm just saying. I'm just gotta be thorough. That's all. I might start. I might have him number 1 until I do my research.
Brother, I love Mike. I just think in general, I don't think there's a GOAT of music, bro. It's too hard. I think it's too hard because you say
if we had to pick one, you could put Mike up. You could put Mike as a nominee. You could put a nominee.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you don't got to be set in stone, but he got to be a nominee.
Yeah,
for greatest across genres.
Yeah, because I mean, it's what Mike did was insane. And you can't from childhood though. Like his span of his career was from childhood to death.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yes.
if any other artist has had a span from childhood to death where it wasn't nothing but hits. You could look at a hit
Jackson
every
5,
single
yeah.
decade Michael had that he
Yeah.
was alive from
Long-
childhood to
Yeah.
death.
So long. So again, Stan, you said earlier, longevity. So that would definitely have to be a part of the criteria of well, longevity, or how you do it with your longevity. Because there's a person who's playing long, but he annoys the crap out of me, LeBron James, breaking records
Hey,
just by
it's from
longevity
childhood
alone.
to now. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy.
But before we get to
In
sports, so
high
stay
school,
music. Y'all
killing
just
it, McDonald's All American, credentials is out the. It's insane, for real, for real. It's just, I won't consider him a GOAT because he didn't change the game. Everybody in the NBA.
No, he
that
changed the game.
I would even.
He changed the
did.
game.
Oh
you
well,
gotta just
that's
act like you got fouled. Then you be fine.
yeah,
you'll win.
that's not a GOAT.
Just
That's
act-
ungoated. Can you be ungoated? That's the opposite of a GOAT
Mm.
because he changed the game for the worse. He did.
Yeah.
He did. It's not.
But
People.
real quick, let's go back to.
Yeah, bro.
It's going to. I want to go back to music real quick because it's like. Oh my gosh, bro. But all right, so I got your Thomas. What was your error? I don't think we actually got through it. Thomas, what was yours?
Of rap. I told you my top five. Well,
Rap.
I just gave you a top five. I mean, me personally, I would say in the '90s, I'm going with Nas for sure. Pac, a very close. I mean, very close. Nas, Pac, very close, neck and neck throughout the '90s. Today, now Kendrick Lamar, without a question. I say that with confidence. I don't feel any type of way about it.
Me neither.
I'm saying Kendrick Lamar. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
It's Kendrick.
It's Kendrick. So for me, Run DMC, then Big, then DMX, then Hove, then Lil Wayne, and then not top five. I'm just going by errors.
Yeah, you just
speaking
going errors.
Yeah. Now, although Eminem was in the mix of all that, but I really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his club songs weren't really bumping to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of depressing, psychotic type songs, stuff like that, which I get. I don't knock it for it, but it just wasn't my vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think lyrically, he'll kill you in the battle for sure. You know what I'm saying? I think the Eminem Show was probably my favorite album out of all the albums. The Eminem Show. That joint was hard. And then obviously Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and yeah. But like I said, there are other people who don't have some of these accolades, but when it comes to just pure rapping ability, I gotta my man Jada Kiss, bro. He's timeless. He's still like, if I hear him, what I'm saying now, just scrolling through Instagram, I hear a verse, I'm like, this boy still got it, and he got hair again. Remember, he was bald headed by choice. Apparently, he was bald by choice.
He must have went to Greece or something.
He was
Get
popular.
that hairline back. Go overseas. Get that implant.
No, apparently he shaved it because it was popular. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was like
Well, that's
popular
that
to
New
do.
York. That's that New York stuff, like Fredro Starr, his sticky fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's
You know what I'm
getting
saying?
their
They
hair.
bald.
Everybody had the low cut. They was everything shaved off. The baldy's crazy. That's a crazy hairstyle to be a style. The baldy,
Yeah.
that's an
then-
insane hairstyle.
You know what I'm saying? J. Cole. What's that, J. Cole? Yeah, J. Cole. Obviously Kendrick Lamar, Jada Kiss. Bruh, like, that's just rapping ability alone. Right? I mean, yeah, I'm not talking about songs, because then you got to talk about who had the best songs. And some of the better songs, I'll probably have to say, you know what I'm saying, like, Jay-Z has some great songs, bro.
Jay-Z had great songs.
Jay-Z
He had great
had
songs.
some great songs. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z,
production,
when he was
the
beefing with
production value
Nas,
crazy.
he said, like, listen, you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. But you feel me? So, like,
But then if you're talking great songs, you gotta put Dr. Dre in there.
facts.
If you're talking great songs,
Yeah, but he had a certain sound. I can't keep listening to West Coast sounds all day, and I'm from the East Coast.
Only when you
If you
play
talk sounds,
Grand Theft
like-
Auto. Only when you play.
You feel me? Like you talk about sounds, like you got listen to Timbaland. Timbaland's a freaking genius, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Timberland,
for sure.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
producers.
Sure.
So yeah, so now
Yeah.
so we got rap. Now you got to go producers.
Then you go produce it.
And there's a
then you
lot
go-
out there. There's some producers out there. I probably don't know their names. I just know the song's hot.
Yeah.
The sound's hot. You feel me?
So what's your
But
final thoughts on the final thoughts on the GOAT, on the music, on rap? We just on rap, and then we're gonna move it to sports.
Okay.
We're gonna move it on to sports because y'all said LeBron James, and I almost threw my computer across the room. So we gonna get final thoughts on the music right now.
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah, go ahead.
Big for me. Going by eras. Mid '90s, I'm going with Big. Late '90s, early 2000s, I'm going with DMX. Then I'm gonna go with I gotta go with Hov, Jay-Z. Gotta go with Jay-Z, like from like 2002 to like 2000, because that's when the rap beefs became beefs. Like you had State Prop going against D Block and all them guys. You know what I'm saying? Nas versus Dipset. This is when like rap beef was fun. I couldn't wait till the next mixtape could drop because who's dissing who? But Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole.
Got it.
I'm sorry,
Stan,
J. Cole.
take us
Kendrick
out of
Lamar.
this segment, Stan.
Yeah, this is going to my list will be ever changing because, like I said, I'm every time I go back, I find somebody new that I like. But right now, it's no particular order. Jay-Z, MF Doom, Rock Marciano, Nas, and then it's so close between these two, but I'm gonna go Eminem over Big L, but that's a tough one for me.
Respect.
Say less. I love it. So now we're gonna go into one of the most heated debates that could probably be. We're gonna talk about the GOAT of the National Basketball Association.
Okay.
Mo, you first up. You first up,
Jordan.
man. Who you got? Who's GOATed in the NBA, man?
Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Okay. Michael Jordan.
Miguel Jordan. Michael.
Miguel Jordan.
23, 45, Mr. Three-peat, back-to-back. Him. Yeah, him. That's him.
45,
Michael
he was
Jordan,
not the
Baldy.
GOAT, though. When he had the 45 on,
Yeah.
he wasn't the GOAT.
I'm just making sure there's a distinction between 23 because the other guy was 23 too. That's why I said 23, 45. So we know who I'm talking about.
Got you.
You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
Got you.
Jordan.
Okay.
Plays
Okay.
defense. He can shoot you. He can score. Mr. Three-peat.
Yeah.
Bulls don't win without him.
I got
Period.
you.
They've got that. They've gotten far without him, but they didn't win without him. Jordan. I don't need to say anymore. Jordan. Stinks are better
Come
than
on,
LeBron
Stan.
too. They still.
we have to-
You got kids these days who never seen Jordan play rocking his sneakers. Talk about him and get
it's
the J's.
legendary.
You wasn't
I
around
mean,
for these guys.
Jordan's a legend. It don't get much more NBA than Michael Jordan, although he's not the logo. He's not the logo. You know what I mean? But Jordan for sure was that guy.
I wanna
Was
be
that
like-
guy?
I want to be like Mike. There was a song out there. I want to be like Mike. You had MJ and MJ Jam. Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan video together. Music video together.
That was the Michaels.
LeBron's Space Jam was trash. Michael Jordan's Space Jam, it's a legend. It's a classic.
I think Sean Bradley stole the show as one of the Monstars.
Right.
Okay, you got Jordan. Who you got, Stan? Who you got?
Oh, it's Jordan. It's not even close.
Okay. And not even close.
No.
Not even close. Come on. Come
not
on.
close.
Now, for sure. I'ma also say Jordan because that's my era. But over the years, and I'll say this, I've started to go back and look at Kobe's game. I started to really witness what Kobe was doing. Right?
Kobe was
And-
Jordan 2.0.
And I must say that Kobe's game, y'all may disagree, and that's fine. That's why we're here. Kobe's game was smoother than Jordan's.
I agree with that because the game kind of what changed a little bit. I mean, this is when Allen Iverson was coming around, Stephon Marbury. So it was a new generation of basketball players. You know what I'm saying? That has different skill sets and was more, I guess, athletically talented and gifted versus Jordan era. Jordan was the OG at the time, but I can respect and understand what you're saying. Although Kobe's game was mirrored after Jordan. Some look, bro, it's like almost identical. But I would agree, his game was smoother because he can.
It
go,
was smooth.
he can go to Rucker Park and play with the guys. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think
look like he
I think
belonged.
offensively, well, in terms of like the smoothness of the game, I don't think his game is smoother, but I think they're like 1A and 1B in terms of like how smooth their offense is. That's the way I see it. I think that
Kobe's
was the
crossover
closest-
is better than Michael Jordan's crossover.
Yeah, but I think Michael Jordan was simplistic. Like he 1-2 dribble go. Like it was with a purpose. But there are clips of him where he's absolutely like there's a clip of him dropping John Starks with a nasty crawl and it like he could do it, he just did not. But I think Kobe was the closest thing offensively in terms of like young Kobe could get up there and he had the smoothest to his game, not just because he emulated Mike, but because he's just really, really good. I think he's the closest we've seen besides Tracy McGrady to Michael Jordan. Like when Tracy McGrady without the knee injuries, unguardable.
He was a beast, bro.
But like I think defensively and in terms of the mentality Kobe also had, but defensively that's where Mike really gets set apart among other things. Because he might be the best defensive guard in NBA history. Like there's nobody else who won MVP and got Defensive Player of the Year. And then it's not just that he was athletic for his era. I think what people can't appreciate is there are still few, if any, players that can do what he did now. Like to have like a 45 plus inch vert, possibly 48 inch vert. Nobody still has that. It's not just that he was doing it in the 80s and 90s. John Morant can't jump that high, even though he can jump off the gym. Ant Edwards can't jump that high, even though he can jump out the gym. Like to give people an appreciation of how good this dude is. LeBron James can jump off the planet, still cannot get up to the aerospace that Mike had. It's like this. It's like the outer atmosphere of the Earth, and then there's like Mike's stratosphere. Like I don't
Like
think
he's
people
freaking,
have an
it's like
appreciation.
he's floating outside of that. Like he's, bro. I don't. His hang time in the air, it looks crazy. Like he has
Yeah.
freaking gravity boots on.
And mind you, as with rap, I didn't watch basketball in the 90s, so I didn't experience the nostalgia to say like I don't have the memories to bias my opinion. If anything, I saw all of LeBron's career. I saw Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, and then LeBron James come in. So all I know is those players, and all it took for me was looking back at a couple of Jordan clips and say, oh yeah, it's not close, and there's no disrespect. I think I would say Kobe's right, like almost right there, but like it's Michael Jordan. Like it's like I said last podcast, like you just have to use your eyes. Like you just see the things he's doing and just take everybody out of the picture. Forget about errors and whether people think people in the 80s were plumbers and in the 90s were plumbers, which is wrong. But like take all that out and just look at the person in isolation. Nobody's doing what he was doing. Like athletically, mentally, being able to defensively, like being on you, blocking centers, like the hang time, like how, dude, like there's like still shots of his head halfway above the rim. Like Vince Carter is the only dude that I would say could dunk better than Michael Jordan, and like because it's Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we can't talk about these things without people. They're like, well, if you don't think LeBron or you don't think Steph Curry or Kobe Bryant is the best of all time over Michael Jordan, then you must think that they're absolute garbage. Like you can't. There's no middle ground with people.
Not at all.
And it's like, and I say LeBron is a great player. I'm not saying he's not. Like I think he's a great player. Do I have my same thing with like Floyd Mayweather? I think they are great all time greats. I don't, when I get critical of them, it's not to say that they're just garbage or they suck. No, but like there's levels. Like LeBron James is not Michael Jordan. Like The Michael
I'll say
Jordans,
this.
the Larry Birds, like those guys
say
are
this.
different.
When Jordan came into his prime, because obviously he didn't have a team around him in the 80s when the Bad Boy Pistons and the Magic Johnsons were winning championships, right? But when Jordan got into his prime, no one else ate. No one saw a championship. We're talking about other Hall of Famers too, by the way.
If Jordan was not
Nope.
there, we'd be talking about Clyde Drexler's Michael Jordan right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Exactly. So when Jordan was in his prime, in those three-peats, no one else were winning anything. It was Chicago Bulls. 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So are y'all basically what we saying in this conversation is that the 90s might have been the greatest of all time era, period. The end, the 90s.
It was definitely exciting. It was defense.
I mean, the
It was
90s,
might be,
the
man.
90s was heavy, right? If we
It was
between
talking about
80s and
those
90s. Those eras, man.
Even early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? When Allen Iverson took you know what I'm saying, took the Sixers by himself to the championship to lose to Kobe and them. Bro, like this it's different, bro. Like they play with pride. They played to win something. Even NBA All-Star games. It was about who was the best. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about this All-Star game these days is just it was about who's the best, bro.
era
They don't play
was
defense in
crazy.
All-Star games.
So,
Larry Johnson, Sean Kemp, Dikembe Mutombo, Patrick Ewing, John Stark, Reggie Miller, you know what I'm saying? Like guys who were legit, like Reggie Miller was a shooter.
Killers.
He's also, yeah, like they were killers, you know what I'm saying? But there was a bigger killer in front of him. His name was Michael Jordan.
who's the best shooter of all time then? Who y'all guys are the best shooter? And I'm not talking about from the statistical point of view. You can look at
Oh,
and
I'm
see
going.
who's the
I'm
best.
going Larry Bird. I'm going Larry. If I had
Larry?
Larry Bird, easy.
I'm saying
Larry
Steph.
Bird. And I can respect
Larry Bird
that
was a
too.
shooter. He was a
can
shooter,
respect
but I'm
that.
saying Steph. I'm saying Steph.
Well, Steph can shoot threes, but Larry
He can
Larry
shoot-
was
he can shoot
water
from- he can shoot
any
from anywhere.
place on the court.
If I had somebody
So
take
can
a shot to
Steph.
save my life, I'm taking Larry Bird over Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, everybody. Just to make a shot, Larry Bird, easy. That dude's so cold.
Respect.
He's calling his shots before he make them and doing it every game. Like nobody's doing that. All the goats. Like if you've just taken one subcategory about who's the most savage, who's the coldest, Larry Bird. Not just the coldest, but making the shot. Like when all you could do when a shot left his hand was hope that he was going to miss it. Like it didn't matter what you did. Like Kevin Durant might be the only other dude where his shot's damn near unblockable.
I gotta say Steph mainly because one, he's shorter than Larry Bird. Larry Bird's a shooter. Don't get me wrong. Larry Bird's a shooter. I'm not taking enough from him. I would agree with you until Steph Curry stepped a foot on the NBA basketball court. And then what he
Steph is
he
great.
and he runs around like he like dude, you not tired?
Steph
he
is
grabs
great. He's great.
then walks her up before he's shooting it. No form. He's not holding his wrist back. There's none of that. He's just walking away. like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, then LeBron tried to do it. I remember LeBron did and he missed. That was funny.
Come on, man. Stop. We're not doing this in this conversation today. We talking about goats, okay? We talking about goats.
But
We're not
I would
talking about LeBron
have to
James.
say Steph to me, bro, because he can shoot anywhere and then be covered. You know what I'm saying? By
I say
by
the same
22
thing
people.
about Larry. I just say because the game was. My thing is, and this is what something we'll never know the answer to. If you have hand checking and no technical fouls and the ability to be up on somebody, so like you don't get the space for the 3-pointers because they're taking away the cutting lanes. That's my thing, right? Is he going to make his shots? Yeah, because he's Steph Curry. He can make them with a hand in his face, but you're going to have a higher frequency of shots where they're contested. That changes things. So maybe he becomes as great of a Reggie Miller. Like I'm saying that like it's a drop off, and it's not. Like Reggie Miller, the type of shots he had to make against the type of killers he played against, when you could just absolutely harass people. I need to see Steph play in that era for me to like confirm what I'm seeing. That's where I'm at with it. And if we had some type of alternate universe to do that and he confirmed that, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, you might be better than Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Because you could be tackling Larry Bird, he'll still make that shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was.
You could tackle Steph,
that was-
and I don't
that
know
was
if he's going to
ugly
get the
era.
shot off. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
I
got you.
can dig it.
Because
I'm
Mark
gonna take
Pryor,
Dennis
Mark,
Scott,
Mark
personally myself.
put Mark Pryor in this era You talking about coming off screens? Look, put Mark Pryor on that Golden State team with Klay Thompson, and I argue, do you get really different results? That's just all I'm saying. Because Mark Pryor was damn near unguardable in the 90s where they could tackle you. Imagine what he would do now. Coming off screens, like you'd never catch him. He'd be playing with people.
Had shooters. That's why I'm taking Dennis Scott. Yo, I'm taking Dennis Scott. I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking Dennis Scott as probably the best shooter of all time. Not based off numbers, not based off field goal percentage and all that. Gun to his head. You got to make this to save the world. D3, water. That's it. Larry gonna come off the screen on you. Larry gonna come off the screen. He gonna come running around in his Chuck Taylors, tied as tight as can be. He gonna hit it. He gonna make it.
See, but Larry Bird's gonna tell you, I'm running this play.
75% to save the world.
Larry Bird's gonna say, I'm gonna get. Remember the story? There's so many stories, but the one that Gary Payton said, he said who's the coldest person you play? He said Larry Bird without question. And Gary Payton is a menace. And he said the one story he said. Larry Bird said, yo, I'm going to get the ball over there. He said, oh, you good on defense. Okay. I'm going to get the ball right over there. I'm going to run off the screen, and it's going to be your Christmas present. I'm going to bust you upside your head with it. And he went and did, and there's nothing you could do. To me, that's just different. Like, I know the play you're going to run. I know the route you're going to take. I know the spot you're going to get to, and you're so confident. Like, I don't care. I'm still going to shoot this in your face. There need to be no smoke and mirrors with him. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could know exactly what he's going to do, and he's going to hit the game-winning shot off one leg after making the shot before timeout got called, and then says, I'm going to go back to the same spot, and I'm going to make it off one leg this time with two people in my face. No problem. No,
there's a reason why.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Larry Bird, Michael Jordan had a video game, dog. Larry Bird was like that. I can't. I say stuff, but because I just seen Steph do some wild things that from damn near half court, running around tired. But I won't be. I'm not upset that Larry Bird's up there. You can't be like he.
I think they're both. I'll say this just because I say Larry Bird is like I would no question. If I had a pantheon, it would be Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry and Reggie Miller, like
Chris Muller.
No,
not Chris Muller.
Steve Kerr.
What?
Steve Kerr and Chris Mullin was absolutely lethal. Absolutely lethal. I'm gonna go Steve Kerr because man, that dude. I mean, he passed out tradition to Steph. I'm just saying, like Michael Jordan don't want to pass the ball. He's like, oh, Steve Kerr there? Okay, win this championship for me. Dude. Like I know he's gonna make it. Be between Steve Paxson and Kerr. But Kerr, he but I'm gonna say Steph and Reggie Miller, like 2A and 2B right behind Larry Bird. Like
I can't say
Steph Curry changed the game. Yeah.
I can't say Steve Kerr because there was two guys on the team other than Steve Kerr. Like Steve Kerr.
That's fair enough. I can see that. I can take that out my list. You can argue me down on that.
You got Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like this, like Steve, like make this three. You made it, but just know that most of the legwork that we did, you're open for that three because they're all focused on Scottie and Jordan.
And I think that's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
But that's there. Yeah, I like your
but
list.
You brought up a black, like Tom brought up a black horse that I did not think about. I need to look up highlights of him. I need to
Dennis
look up
Scott.
Listen, go watch
for sure.
Dennis Scott,
for sure.
Man. Go watch them Orlando days, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh.
You gave me a homework assignment.
I can't believe this.
For sure.
I can't believe it.
For sure.
It's gonna be like that, man. I'm telling you, that basketball, that era of basketball. It's a never ending. You can go back and watch highlights from so many players. It's crazy. It's insane.
So we
Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah, Jordan's a GOAT. So you talk about shooters. Real quick, dunkers. Who we got?
Vince Carter.
Okay,
yeah, we got it. All right, there we go. Hey.
Vince Carter.
Hey, we got one.
Wait, hold on. Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
No.
What?
And they're great. I'm not, but Vince Carter, no.
Come on.
He might have the best dunk of all time during that USA the game.
Okay,
man. Like,
during the
he was
game.
taking,
Okay,
like,
Vince. It's Vince
like
Carter.
he would do it like
It's
in the
Vince
dunk
Carter.
contest and during the game. Like
It's Vince Carter. But I'm just going by dunk contests. I just look at those.
I feel
that
exactly.
Aaron Gordon.
Oh, he's
Zach
phenomenal.
LaVine,
He's
Aaron
phenomenal.
Gordon,
I'm
that
not.
contest was crazy.
They can dunk.
Yeah.
They can dunk.
That was like the best dunk contest since Vince Carter. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That was the best since Vince Carter. Right? It was dry until that happened. So, but Vince Carter in game, Vince Carter for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was too easy though. If Vince Carter, I mean,
That was easy.
It was too easy. Like when you watch somebody dunk, right, and it's effortless, that just adds to how great the dunk was. You know, a lot of players they got to warm up, do all this extra shit, and then you watch Vince just playing around.
And it's crazy that
like,
I think he got better when he went bald because he was dunking crazy when he had hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then he went bald, he went even crazier. You know what I'm saying? That's what was,
Yeah, Vince, man, Vince was all
Hey,
time.
hey, listen, it
all
happened
time.
for LeBron too. He got the baldy, and he's at 40 years old. He was yamming some like a couple nights ago or something like that on the highlights.
yeah, for
he,
sure.
he went stupid with the triple double. I'm like, yo, he getting up there, man.
Yeah,
He getting up there at the rim, man.
I'm about to sound like a LeBron hater, and I hate that this is gonna sound like
that's
this.
fine. I'm with you.
When LeBron had the receding hairline, that was the best LeBron years. When he
Oh,
started growing the hair,
when he had the headband covering
he
the
had the headband.
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
best LeBron.
Yeah.
That
It
was
was.
the best LeBron
It
years.
was. It
With
was.
the receding
Yeah,
hairline,
it
LeBron,
was.
untouchable.
he had the
Yeah,
headband
yeah.
covering the receding hairline. Yeah, receding
Yeah.
hairline Brown was that was the best Brown.
Yeah, it was different, man.
That was
it was
the best
different.
Bron, receding hairline Bron. You heard it here first.
Receding hairline Brown. Yeah, headband receding hairline Brown. That was the best. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That was easy. That was quick.
that was good. It wasn't gonna be a question. Best dunker.
All right, so we
man.
got through hip hop, rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got through basketball, football. Real quick, topic of sports, football.
We're gonna do football.
Football.
We doing football. Oh, jeez. Oh, we doing football. Oh my gosh. Are we doing
Now-
by position? Or
We gotta go by
how
we gotta go by
does this work?
position. We gotta go by position.
Okay.
We gotta go
All
by
right.
position.
All right.
And quarterback is Tom Brady. That's it. Tom Brady. He's the quarterback, greatest of all time.
You know what?
Tom, don't do that because the other
You know
the other
what?
week we were talking about how
You
he's
know
the
what?
GOAT.
And Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Okay.
Right? I'll say he's the GOAT. I thought about this too. I was thinking heavy about that when you said it. And Tom is the GOAT. Sure. You know who else I was like, you know what? Without Randall Cunningham, I don't even think the NFL would be where the NFL is at, yo. Like,
In what
I
way?
mean, just a flat out game changer. Right? In the succession of the quarterback position,
Mm-hmm.
right? Warren Moon, God, what's the guy from the Redskins? The black quarterback?
Monk, Doug Monk was it? Doug Monk?
Yeah. So you got them guys, and you got Randall. Randall comes in,
NFC Beast of the East. That's when
and
NFC
then
East was running
Randall
things.
comes in, and I mean the whole position changes. It's like, what? You can actually run? You can run and throw the football? Oh my gosh! So I gotta say, Randall's definitely goated for sure. Tom Brady is the goat at the quarterback position. Randall Cunningham is the goat at the running quarterback position.
No, he's not. There's a guy called Michael Vick.
Oh my! You're going. No,
Randall
without
Cunningham was the one that
Randall-
started. Yeah, well, without Ray, I'll give you.
Randall,
Without
there's no
Randall,
Mike Vick.
without I can't even say that's even possible or not. I can't really say that. But Randall Cunningham was the guy. But Michael Vick just went crazy, bro. Whatever Randall Cunningham did, Michael Vick destroyed it, and he had a cannon of an arm. And there's other
I don't know. You
quarterbacks that
know
can do
what
the
Randall
same
was
thing. You
throwing
can
the-
talk about Cam Newton. Cam Newton. I mean, not much of it, but Vince Young could do the same thing. You feel me?
If
There
Randall
was-
had Randy
go ahead, bro.
Moss in the 90s, I think Randall might have won about 4 championships.
That's
Who was your wide receivers at that time? Stan?
for the Eagles.
Yeah. When Brandon was there.
Chris Carter.
Yep, there you go. He went to the
Chris
Vikings.
Carter
Chris
was
Carter.
there.
Yep.
Their issue was they had Chris Carter. I think they had Keith Byers at tight end. Buddy Ryan just never put a offensive game plan in place for him. Never really helped him develop. I think to Tom's point, if you gave him, like, speaking of GOATs, right? Imagine if Randall Cunningham had a similar setup to what Tom Brady had or what Peyton Manning had in terms of like the infrastructure around him. How different his career would have been. Because mind you, he finally evolves later in his career, and at 37 has one of the best careers of his years of his career. And it wasn't just because he had Randy Moss and Chris Carter, because Brad Johnson wasn't doing the things that Cunningham was doing. Like he was a good quarterback. He put up 3,800 yards, 4,000 yards, but like he wasn't going to do.
Brad Johnson was the quarterback for the Buccaneers. Brad Johnson.
Yeah, but before that, he was with the Vikings. People
Okay,
remember
got
that.
you. Okay,
Yeah. So like, yeah, Randall Cunningham, like if he had a lot of those things earlier, just a competent offensive coordinator, a competent structure around him, yeah, we might be talking about one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So
For sure, without a question.
yeah, I mean for me, it's like it's tough, like the question between like who's the best running back. So like for me, there's multiple reasons for this, but for me, Joe Montana is the guy. And I know people are quick to go to Tom Brady or quick to go to like Peyton Manning or whatever, quarterbacks they see from recent times, but like Joe Montana, when it came one in regular season, phenomenal player. And then in the playoffs, just clutch. I mean, you have 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions and you're 4-4 in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Like, no matter what the circumstance was, and he played some dog teams, like those Bengal teams, we would be talking about the Bengals as a legendary franchise if it wasn't for freaking Joe Walsh and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, obviously. And under pressure, I think Joe Montana could make plays under pressure in a way that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning could not. Like Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers, those type of guys, even when you put pressure in their face, they would still make the throw as if they weren't rattled. But if you get any type of footsteps around Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, they just turn into different quarterbacks, and that's how most quarterbacks are. I mean, that's not a knock on them. It's just because they're pocket quarterbacks, and without like 3-4 seconds in the pocket, I know people talk about the quick release when they get the ball out. That only works to a certain extent. I just think that when all things go wrong, without scheme and structure around, Joe Montana can get it done regardless. And I've just seen Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, guys like that. When you get pressure on them, they kind of they kind of get a little gun shy. Just from looking at them over the years. So and that's not a knock on them, but that's one of a few reasons why I picked Joe Montana as my GOAT. And I as an Eagles fan, I didn't want to see the 49ers. They didn't want to see the 49ers be great back then, but it is what it is. Like it's like Michael Jordan. Like when Joe Montana stepped on the field, you just kind of knew, like, yeah, it's been real, but like he's going to win. There is no losing. Like it doesn't even exist in the lexicon with him.
Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, listen, man. Like I said, I'm already with Tom Brady. I just was thinking, I was like, Randall. Randall was that guy, man. Like Randall was that guy. Randall was playing on. I don't think you realize. Y'all realize it, but a lot of people don't. Veterans Stadium was cement underneath that carpet that they was playing on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your boy Michael Irvin got his career ended. That was cement. Imagine playing on cement in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Randall was out there with sneakers on doing that. You know what I mean? Wasn't no turf. Wasn't no, you know what I mean? I get hit. I land softly in the grass. Wasn't no tuck rule. Wasn't nothing. And Randall was out there running around having his way on that field. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I definitely think Randall was a GOAT, man, without a question. I mean, sure, Tom got all the trophies and he got all the accolades, but I think Randall was the GOAT, man. I'm going with Randall.
It's nice. And
running back.
Wait.
No,
I'm still trying to understand why you're saying you're going with Randall with what though? Like we're GOAT. Like Tom's a GOAT, but what are you going with Randall with? Wait, what is he?
Running quarterback. running
Oh,
quarterback.
okay. I see.
Go.
Okay, got you.
Running
Okay.
quarterback.
I got Mike Vick. That's just me.
All right, man. Mike.
He was a trailblazer. He walked
That's
so
tough.
Mike Vick
That's a
could
tough
run.
one.
But I'm going Mike Vick, bro.
That's a tough one.
Listen,
mean,
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not going.
that's tough.
I'm not going to say that Mike wasn't legendary. I'm just saying
And Lamar Jackson doing crazy stuff too, bro. I'm just saying.
Lamar. Yeah, for sure. But Randall, goat.
Yeah,
Randall, goat.
that's
He's a
tough,
goat.
man. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to go Randall over Vic too. And Vic in 04 was like a cheat code, but I think I might have to go Randall, man.
I get it. I understand, but running backs.
Yeah.
Now, I thought about this since we knew we were going to have a GOAT conversation. I've been thinking about this. And I know, I'll say this, just because you have the most of something doesn't mean, stats-wise, doesn't mean that the GOAT in that conversation. Emmitt Smith is the leading rusher of the NFL. If I'm going to talk about complete body of work, I'm going with LaDainian Tomlinson, bro.
I didn't see that one coming.
Listen, LaDainian Tomlinson, bro, could do it all. How many was it? He had what? 31 was it 30 something touchdowns in once? What was it?
Yeah, it was 30 plus. I forgot what
Bro.
number it was.
How many?
Yeah.
LT was great. I mean,
But also,
great.
and understand this is in the league where at this era of football, this was a quarterback passing era league. We're talking about Tom Brady, we're talking about Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and all these guys. LT was the guy for the Chargers.
Yo,
And-
I didn't
and-
see that one coming. LT is a legend.
Yo, bro, like, listen, I like Emmett, bro, but just LT was a Swiss Army knife. He could do it all. He's a thumper. He can run between tackles. He can outrun you. He can catch out the backfield. You know what I'm saying? He could do it all. I love Emmitt Smith, bro. I love Emmett, dog, but I gotta say this as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, Emmett had a great fullback, Darren Moose Johnson, and he had the Great Wall of Dallas. Some of those holes that he were getting was enormous. I'm not taking away from his ability, from his because there were some games where he was like really when he dislocated his shoulder, he kept on playing. Bro, that's like, bro, like, you can't take that from him. When he's bouncing off tackles, like he's very low to the ground. He's a very balanced runner. But other than him running between the tackles and if the O-line's not really blocking for him, like, LT could shake and bake. And then you can talk about Barry Sanders. He also had the most negative yards as a running back. He was fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. Barry Sanders was great. You know what I'm saying? But then you have Walter Payton. I wasn't around with Walter Payton. The same reason why how you said, Stan, that you wasn't listening to the nostalgia of Tupac and Big. I wasn't around for Walter Payton. I could watch his tapes and see how well he was. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't there to really watch him. You know what I'm saying? But I was there for Emmitt Smith. I was there for LT. I was there for Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Eric Dickerson. Another great running back, Eric Dickerson.
Oh,
You
great
feel me?
running back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, the greatest running back for me, and I know he's not the leading rusher, is LaDainian Tomlinson. That's for me.
That was solid. That was solid though. I didn't see LT coming though, but that was solid.
Bro, he was like that, bro. He was like
It
that.
was.
Who you guys
Who
got?
you got, Stan? Who you got?
For me, like my top three, number one is Barry Sanders. One, let's say 1A is Barry Sanders and 1B is Walter Payton. I got Jim Brown, just a half tick below them, and then there's everybody else. I got LT at 5. But yeah, I think Barry Sanders, like, I know you talk about the negative yards, but it's like, let's be honest. Like,
I get it. I understand.
The team, man, like,
I get
the
it.
line.
I get it.
It's
I get it.
Scott Mitchell was the starting quarterback.
I get it. I get it.
Just
Rodney
start
Pete
there.
at 1.2. Rodney Pete.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like he had, not only was he statistically damn near untouchable at the NFL level, he was untouchable in college. He had almost a 3,000 yard season that one year at Oklahoma
Yeah.
State with like 39 touchdowns or something crazy.
It was
Like,
him and who? Him and Thomas Thurman?
Thurman Thomas.
Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas.
yeah.
Thurman Thomas.
I said Thomas Thurman.
Yeah.
Thurman Thomas.
Yeah. He has two first names, so I get it, right? Yeah, I mean, like, well, Thurman Thomas was the guy, and then they said, man, you better hope Thurman Thomas never gets hurt. I think Barry Switzer, your coach, said that. He said, you better hope that this Thurman Thomas don't get hurt because this Barry Sanders kid, he said they'll never touch him, and they didn't when Thurman Thomas left. To me, LT, like when I used to play Madden, when I used to do like a fantasy draft, LT would be like the first running back I would draft, like, maybe first player I would draft. You know, it was like LT, Peyton Manning, Brian Dawkins, like those are the number one picks you would get when you start your team. But like Barry Sanders is like, that dude was unstoppable. Like he was I just
respect it, bro.
I just don't see how there's any comparison. Like you put him on any squad in any era, it's just like he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare.
Yo,
and then you think
this man a Swiss Army
and
knife.
then you think you can tackle him, and you don't realize how big his thighs are and how low his center of gravity is to the ground. Like people are bouncing off this dude, man. Like that one play he had against the Vikings.
And and he gonna make you dance. I'm gonna make you dance, Lance.
It was insane.
Dance, Lance.
I mean, that one time he was on that sideline, boy, step back, jump back, went forward, everybody flying all around him. He used to destroy the Bears every time.
The
he played
Bears,
the Bears, it was nasty.
The Bears, and I don't know. I think he had a personal beef against the Buccaneers too. He had a lot of good highlights with the Buccaneers too.
He's the only person. He's the only person I can think of that made somebody tear their ACL off of a juke move.
Jeez.
And he was a Hall of Famer too. He's a Hall of Famer defensive back. I'm not gonna put the name out there, but he was a Hall of Famer.
Nah, put it out there.
No, we're gonna be respectful.
Why? What?
I mean, okay.
He a Cowboy?
No, he's not.
Is he a Cowboy? Oh, all right.
No. It was
put it out there.
It was Rod Woodson when he played for the Steelers. He went for a tackle on Barry Sanders, and Barry made a cut, and Rod kept going. And listen, I don't know if I think Saquon and maybe LT are the closest I've seen to people that can make moves like him. Maybe Shady McCoy,
but like to have LaShawn McCoy.
But to have the power along with it, people just see him as this small dude that did a whole bunch of jukes, and they don't realize, like, people were bouncing off this dude. The amount of times he got hit solid, and you're like, he's supposed to be down. Like, he made Mike Singletary and, like, two other linebackers, like, look like they didn't know what they were doing in that one long play he had against the Bears. Like, he just, like, to run through that tackle, there's no way you stay up after that. I didn't seen LT get shut down by the Eagles defense where he had like less than 10 yards. Like, and it wasn't because the line was bad. It was because they were just on him. Like with Barry Sanders, like he was one of the few guys. Like Barry Sanders, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, guys like that, where it wasn't just like you would lose. Like you were trying not to get embarrassed. Like that's the level. Walter Payton, right there. I used to not really know about Walter Payton. When I went back and looked at the highlights, I'm like, yo, he's got to be one. I'm like he got the moves. He's one of the strongest people pound for pound on the field.
Yeah, pound for pound for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would put LT like number 5 though. He's like that. He's like that.
Respect.
But Barry Sanders.
Like you said, you put Barry Sanders on a team that has an O-line or has weapons around him, you're talking about, does he make 2,600 yards?
He'd be Jerry Rice.
Not all purpose yards either.
He'd be Jerry Rice great numbers. He's already Jerry Rice great in my opinion, even without the rings. But like with the yardage, he'd be Jerry Rice great if he was on any other team but Detroit.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had all those negative yards and still had 15,000 yards just shows you how great he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reconsider my list. LT still, I think LT still up there for me, but
you put him like
LT is.
You put him like 4 or 5. Yeah. I got Adrian Peterson right there with LT.
Adrian Peterson, listen, bro.
Yeah, AP's up there. I was thinking AP as well too. He's not my number 1, but
he modern day Jim Brown.
He is like 2 or 3.
He modern day Jim Brown, man. With
Barry Walter Payton, LT, Eric Dickerson, AP. Wow.
Yeah.
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 Well, you got Tom.
I got Marshawn for sure. Marshawn Lynch all day. Man,
The GOAT, greatest running back of all time.
I don't know, man.
Marshawn.
Come on,
yeah.
bro.
I love
Yeah,
Marshawn, man.
I'm going Marshawn and hear me
No,
out.
he.
Hear me out.
Yo,
hear me
Tom,
out.
he moved out west. I know SoCal's not the Bay Area, but he moved out west. Now he's talking crazy. I love Marshawn
Hear
Lynch
me
too.
out.
He's my guy.
Hear me
Yeah.
out. Hear me out. I'm going with the as goats.
My bad.
Guys
Oh, man,
that would never get goated, but I think they should be. And see, I take the GOAT a little bit further than just saying, okay, he's the best running back. But what did he do for the team? How did he energize the squad to win, right? Because normally you look at a quarterback as your leader. How many running backs were the leaders on their team, right? A lot of times running backs was just the guy who down the distance,
Contributed.
I get you the yards.
Well, then how
but
could you
never
not go with
actually
Jim
look-
Brown then, man? If you're going to go by that
Well,
argument.
hold on. I'm going current day. Now, I wasn't born in 1950.
I wasn't either.
To watch Jim Brown.
So
play.
what? You could go
So
back
I
and look
see
at
the highlights, and the highlights was grainy. You know what I mean?
man,
Old
come on,
NFL
man.
films.
you know they're going to they're going to say the same
Bro,
thing
he's
about
the
Marshawn.
Jackie. Bro,
I
he's the
just
Jackie
played-
Robinson, bro.
You know they're going to say
I
the
know.
same thing
I
about
know. I
Marshawn
know.
Lynch 20 years from now. Oh
I
man,
know.
that
I'm just messing around.
yeah.
But Marshawn was a straight leader on the team. Like I say, he's my GOAT. Now I'm not saying he is everybody GOAT, right? This is the GOAT list, but I'm gonna say he's my GOAT. Marshawn brought something to that position that hadn't been seen before from that position. The energy, the character, the charisma. You know what I mean? The players loved
What
him.
Marshawn Lynch you talking
and
about? What charisma?
I mean, I get you, but like,
on Seattle.
yeah.
I mean, have you heard, like, if you heard, you know what I mean, the clips of him talking to the
I'm
other
just here to
his
get
teammates
fine. Well, yeah, like he's
in the Skittles.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about talking to the media. I'm talking about with the team.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with the team, right?
yeah, with him
And-
and Richard Sherman and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
down
mean,
for his community.
just-
yeah,
Just the right. Just overall GOAT, right? Running back now, of course. You could say Walter Payton. You could say Marcus Allen. You know what I mean? Another name we never brought up. You could say Marcus Allen.
Marcus
You
Allen.
could say you know what I mean? There's a lot of players
Underrated.
that we could say. Underrated. I'm just going with Marshawn because of all that he did, right? The whole body of work, right? And he should have 2 Super Bowls, but he only has 1.
But I mean, it's just like you're
But I'm
talking
going
about
with the-
you're talking about Sweetness 2.0 in terms of like the impact. I just don't get where your argument's at. He was if anything,
the
he's
argument is
yeah.
go ahead. I'm just saying, as far as that's my
Well, I'm
GOAT.
saying
That's my personal
Sweetness.
GOAT. That's my guy.
Yeah, I know, but Sweetness brought all those things to the Bears. So I mean, I get your angle, but I'm saying like, how could you not have Walter Payton? Like he had that and more skill in terms of like he could run you over just like Marshawn, but he could outrun you in a way that Marshawn couldn't quite do.
Yeah.
So I just don't get your
Yeah,
argument there.
Walter was nice. Walter was nice. I don't
And-
know.
and the stats.
Personally,
They,
I
you
don't
know they're going to
know
come for you in the
the,
comments. You know that, right?
yeah, and the touchdowns.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
a
ready for it.
I'm a
I'm
clip
ready for it.
this. And I'm gonna put the caption. Get him. Get
Like I
him.
said, I don't care. I'm coming with the same Marshawn energy. Come for me if you want to. Come for me
Get
if you want to.
him. Get him.
But yeah, I'm going with Marshawn. No, I mean there's other great running backs as well too, but Marshawn's just my personal GOAT.
Okay.
Like just diving into the end zone like this.
So
Like,
I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah,
you
we
said
love
that,
that, for
but
sure.
I'm glad you said that. But he's still like I don't see how he's even considered a GOAT in terms of running back. But I do agree. I think he had the greatest run of all time as a running back.
Yeah, that beast mode run, man.
That was crazy. I remember. So I was in. What was that? Yeah, I was in Wichita Falls at what air base was that? Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas, and airmen in training and playoff. So they had us at the little community center up there. Had a big old screen, and we're a bunch of airmen sitting there watching it. And I saw that like, yo, we went crazy. I'm like, yo, that's the greatest run. I still watched it. I still search that run sometimes in my in YouTube just so I can just watch it again, just like because it was crazy. And that's not the only time he did it. He did something similar against Arizona Cardinals like 3 years later.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like beast mode. Like it's the reason why I call him beast mode.
Oh, he got
Right.
those are 2 top 20 all time runs, hands down.
Yeah,
and
was
some would
crazy.
argue top 10.
yeah. I mean, not just outrunning. You know what I'm saying? He just boom, 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 boom.
It was like
boom,
Tecmo
boom,
Bowl if
keep on
you didn't
going.
get tackled on the first hit. Like he just like kept
Oh.
bouncing off defenders, man.
That was crazy, bro. Wow. And some of the, because greatest runs, the human joystick, bro. Friggin' Dante Hall, kick returners.
Oh,
like
man.
it's not a run, but
Oh,
bro,
yeah,
I mean,
kick
you're
return.
still running.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like this dude, human joystick. He's,
Yeah, he was disgusting,
He's-
man.
you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my gosh, like this guy is crazy. And he must have the beef against Denver because he did his best work against Denver.
Yeah, he did that.
His best work was against Denver. Had people
Yeah.
tackle each other. You know what I'm saying? Wild.
Delta O'Neal.
Yeah, it was, bro. What else we got, fellas? So we got greatest running back. We're gonna go to wide receiver.
Yeah.
Jerry
Yeah, we'll do wide
Rice.
receiver, and then we're gonna go to the next. We'll get back to this.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be on here. We go 5 hours. Keep on talking the way we
Greatest
go.
wide receiver all time. Where we go? We talk about Jerry Rice. We talk about Randy Moss. What we talk about? Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson. Who we got as our greatest wide receiver of all time?
Oh, I'm going Jerry Rice.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So his body of work, he's definitely a craftsman at his job, at his wide receiver. Can't knock him. Can't knock it. But Randy Moss, bro.
Man,
I
Randy
know.
Moss. I was waiting for
I
you
see
to
what
say
you
it.
say.
I know.
Get it. Randy Moss,
I know.
bro. Dang. I'm going Randy.
Randy,
I gotta go. I don't want to go against Jerry Rice because
Bad things are coming to you for blasphemy. You know that.
I don't care.
So just
But
know when it happens. That's why.
It's different.
That's
but
why.
it's different because I'm saying someone who was like who's really up there. You know what I'm saying this guy said Marshawn Lynch. When you have guys like Barry Sanders, Kelsey, Eric Dickerson, and Walter Payton, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying
a
Randy
fair
Moss.
point. That's
It's
a fair
Randy
point.
Moss. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, Randy Moss and T.O. are just like right there,
Nah,
right there.
Marshawn, great, man.
He's not.
He is
not
great.
Sweet,
He's
he's
a great
not
running
Sweetness
back.
of Barry or Jim Brown. Like I get it.
I didn't say he was them. I say he was my personal GOAT. I didn't come out and outright say, "Oh, he's the greatest running back to ever play the
But I thought
game."
that was what we were
No.
going.
That's what we talking
No,
about,
I
right?
said he's my personal.
You,
GOAT.
Okay,
you
it's
did
fair.
say
I mean,
that.
nobody's
you did,
knocking
you did
that.
say that. You did
I
say
said
that.
get it. I
I
get
You
said
did
that.
say that.
See, you always say you trying to come for me. Damn, you ain't even waiting for the people. You trying to come for me.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. You just gotta make sure
Oh,
everything's
man.
copacetic. You know.
it's still crazy though. But
Yeah, but Randy Moss and T.O. are just like right there, a tier below, Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
I mean, you can't go wrong with picking T.O. or Randy Moss. I mean, they were like almost as automatic as it comes.
That's tough, bro. And the thing was, like, they could fly, bro. Randy Moss could fly. He was fast.
Yeah.
He could run routes. And he could out-jump you. Like, there's a term called you got Moss for a reason.
You got
You know what I'm
Moss.
saying? Like, Jerry Rice, he was just a route technician, bro. He took care of his body. Like, he was definitely fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to health and fitness, Jerry Rice definitely took care of his body. And him just being a route technician, bro, getting open those years with Joe Montana, Steve Young, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely a headache. He was a headache for Deion Sanders for sure. And Deion Sanders to me is like one of the greatest DBs ever.
I would say he is the best,
Yeah. Yeah. But damn, bro.
and I hate saying that, but he is.
Was Deion a better two-sport player than Bo Jackson?
Ooh. Just because he played longer, but I would, man, that's so tough. That's so tough, man. I'm gonna say yes. I would say
I'm
yes.
gonna say yes too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes too. Deion actually won Super Bowls during his two-way joint. You feel me? So
He had a catch in the Super Bowl and then a hit in the World Series in the same week or something, like, or the same day
I
or
think
something.
so. Something like that.
That's like impossible.
Yeah. Those.
Had to fly back to Atlanta.
Yeah. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
But-
man.
Who you guys
So-
your number one wide receiver, Tom?
Man, I got Randy.
Okay.
I got Randy.
I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
say
it's
something.
hard. I mean, I in my mind, I wish Calvin Johnson would have been on better teams.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. I think Megatron could have definitely probably surpassed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But he just never had the right quarterback getting him the ball.
Cause Scott
And it was just
Linehan, the OC, like he had no wrinkles in his game. You feel me? He was just Matt Stafford, throw it up to Calvin Johnson. He'll come down with it somehow. That was his approach. You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's tough too because you watch Staff now, right? You watch Stafford now with the right coach,
Yeah.
and he's going to the playoffs, NFC championships,
Yeah.
Super Bowls like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And you just know that Megatron got shorted, man. He got cheated.
did, man.
He got cheated.
No, listen,
defense is
it's
terrible,
the
too.
Lions' curse. Barry Sanders, Megatron, Matt Stafford. You go there to die unless you make it
Yeah.
out.
Well, it's better than Cleveland.
Send him to Detroit.
I mean, at least you have a fighting chance somehow, some way, somewhat. With the Cleveland, you don't have a chance at all. Like, your career's over.
Oh,
Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry,
save
Deshaun
Shador.
Watson.
Save him.
Did y'all ever see the
I'm hoping for
16
see.
You ever see the 0-16 parade for the Cleveland Browns on ESPN?
Nah,
Oh, that was
What
go
happened?
check it out. Check the highlights. That was the most bizarre. That was the most like funniest yet sad event that I've ever seen in sports. Like they had the trash bag, well the brown paper bags over with the tears drawn on and stuff. Like why? And then they had the truck with like this graveyard of like they had tombstones and then like a long list of all the quarterbacks that like came and went since 2000. Like it was, and they were like cheering like that was like
sounds
actually
cursed.
a thing. They so when LeBron won
cursed,
that
bro.
chip, I'll give LeBron that. He gave that city something to at least have hope. Cause like
Yeah.
that was just like the Netherlands, man.
Gotta respect the fans over in Cleveland, bro. They love their teams.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta give respect.
That's a loyal
Yeah,
fan.
for
Doodoo
sure.
Browns, man. Them Doodoo
They
Browns.
just know they're
bro.
gonna lose.
Doodoo,
Yeah.
bro.
Man, they got the Cleveland Indians. At least the baseball team wins sometimes.
Yeah.
They got the Indians. The Indians have won some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had wide receiver.
Other than that, then what? I mean, we can switch up. We can go defensive player. What do we want to do?
Nah, let's go to the
let's-
go to the next topic.
Yeah, let's go to the
'cause
next
I was
topic, yeah.
interested to see what you had.
Oh, bet.
Come on, I was interested. Yeah.
We talking about goats, right? So
Yeah.
obviously talk about sports and music and stuff like that. But it actually made me spark my interest in warfare. So I wanted to go look to see who was the greatest conqueror of all time. Greatest conqueror of all time. So there's a bunch of conquerors we could talk about. We could talk about Genghis Khan. We could talk about Alexander the Great. We could talk about Napoleon. We could talk about what else you got? Napoleon, Attila the Hun, Julius Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, that we could talk about. But in terms of the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I'm going with Alexander the Great, bro.
Alexander the Great.
Undefeated.
The first
Young.
one, not the second one.
Yeah, the first one. Undefeated. 356 to 323 BCE. I'm not where that is. But yeah, I got Alexander the Great, bro. And they got some other people in here that was dope that also had they shots that I'm saying you can consider. But the fact that Alexander the Great, like he was like the known modern world. You talking about from Greece all the way to India. He just wrecking stuff and controlling everything and winning. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, and cultural exchange. You know, like it's. Oh, obviously after he died, that's when his generals they went off and tried to fight over his who the greatest. And they split up into three different. Was it the Macedonia? Hold on, let me see. Anyway, Alexander the Great's mine, as far as conquerors go. Then you got Napoleon. There was a movie about him I watched a couple years ago. That was a good movie. I think the movie's called Napoleon. I think what it is.
Yeah, Napoleon.
That
yeah,
was a good movie.
Napoleon
His
is one of the most famous
Is
conquerors.
that the one with
I would say.
Joaquin
Napoleon's
Phoenix?
definitely got.
I didn't see that one.
I'm not sure if that's the name. I'm not good with actors' names, but it was a good movie for sure. Me and my wife was watching it. But yeah, bro, I was hoping, Stan, you can actually put some input into all this because I know you was into warfare and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting topic. And I'll preface by saying it's easier for me since I haven't thought about it to just kind of go off some of the names you listed because I think there's so many great names and you know so many different directions to go in. But yeah, Alexander the Great is one that I remember seeing the movie like 10, 15 years ago and just learning about what he was able to do. I mean that dude was special, man. And more importantly, outside of Genghis Khan and Napoleon Bonaparte, and this is what made him great, he would be on the front lines.
Alexander the Great, right?
To do that and last as long as he did and conquer as much territory as he did is insane. And you know, the Persian Empire, people don't realize that they were. People just think of that with like the movie 300. No, the Persian Empire, they had been around for a long time. The Babylonians, the Persians, like to go through those squads, like that's like going through like the bad boy Pistons of the '90s, like you know, like at their heyday. Like the people thought like when Jordan finally got past them, that's kind of like Alexander the Great. Not saying that they had little skirmishes, you know, between Greece and Persia, but like to actually stand like. To actually build an army, an infrastructure, and be able to go through that swath of land against those opponents, man, just killers, man. Just highly impressive. And the strategy. Just the innovation. Like the way he would use his cavalry. Like back in the day, that's what made these type of guys, like Genghis Khan, the way he used his cavalry. Nobody really had archers on horseback with that level of skill and that mobility the way he did. Alexander the Great, like the way he would flank people in battle
Cavalry.
with his cavalry was just like outside the box. So like you know like, and Napoleon Bonaparte, the way he would just artillery and cavalry, the way he would just outmaneuver people, despite a lot of you know, there's some great minds. So for them to do what they did. Just phenomenal. I would say Hannibal, but he just didn't have the longevity. But like the Battle of Cannae, that battle to make Rome went in there thinking, yeah, we gonna mop this motherfucker up, and then went back with like a broken nose and a broken eye socket. Like, what happened? Like 100,000. They have 100,000 deaths. That is insane for any era from past to present. That's like World War I numbers, damn near, for a battle. It's like the Battle of the Somme numbers. Yeah, Verdun.
They should come out with the series. Do they have one already for Alexander the Great?
I mean they had tons of series. The History Channel has done a series on Alexander the Great.
But I'm talking about like
I think the first episode.
I'm talking about like series like Vikings, the show Vikings, and he have
you mean like
something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the genre that's on HBO that was everyone's going crazy for with the dragons and stuff like that? HBO.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I think it's pretty dope. They actually make a movie or a series about that.
I have a good one. Otto von Bismarck from Germany, the German Confederation before they became Germany.
Talk to me, brother.
To take the German Confederation from where they were, like they used to get their asses whooped back in the Napoleonic days, and I'll kind of build off the names you had. So Genghis Khan, I think for me was like the most dominant. because I mean, like you just look at
He had the most land.
the most land, and then the bloodline. Like,
Yeah.
so many people in the world have his bloodline for obvious reasons.
It's because he was vicious.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a series on Netflix which I wish they actually kept on going. This is not about Genghis Khan, but it's about his descendant. It's called Marco Polo on Netflix. I think it's maybe like 2 series, something like that. Very good series, bro. I guess I don't know why they stopped, but it was a real good series. If you can check it out, watch Marco Polo. Yeah.
So like most dominant, I would say Genghis Khan, because I mean he's one of the few conquerors where when he got close to the steps of the Roman Empire, they looked at him like, yeah, we're not going to expand out that far. We can't deal with that dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
He was nuts.
because
He
on
was
the
vicious.
on the open plains, Roman legions don't have the same advantage.
Yeah,
Right,
the
you
horses,
just-
the cavalry, like you said.
Yeah, you're like battleships against an aircraft carrier at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say like best record in the field, Alexander the Great. Like that dude
For sure.
I mean, clean sweep.
Undefeated.
And then I would
sweep.
say like most influential would be Napoleon, because and that would lead into Bismarck, because Napoleon it took Britain and their allies, Britain and Prussia, 7 tries to get this dude up out of power. Like they set 7 coalitions after this guy. Like how that's like Thanos.
He had France.
It's-
He had
they
France
set
on
the
lock.
Avengers
He was-
after this man. It took the Avengers 7 tries to knock this dude out, and then he came back and still became a menace before they had to finally defeat him at Waterloo. Right? I mean, it's like and then the Prussians, they played a big role in that, but they had a lot of time where they were like the little red-headed stepchild, where the Austrians and everybody in Europe was beating up on them. And eventually they were like, you know what? Let's focus on the military, blah, blah, blah. And then Bismarck at some point comes around and he takes this confederation of all these small states, and with Prussia being at the head, and eventually ties them into a nation after they beat Austria, who had long like little brothered them, and then they eventually beat France in the Franco-Prussian War, where they got Alsace-Lorraine, which is a territory that the French eventually fought the Germans for and took back after World War One. But they beat France, and Napoleon III, I guess Napoleon's descendant. And then they went from being nothing to being not just one of the most powerful economic forces in Europe under the stewardship of Otto von Bismarck, but one of the best military powers. Like they went from being a nobody to being like damn near a superpower in the world, and being such a small nation and being able to just be such a nightmare when facing them in wars. Like it took the entire world damn near to beat them in World War One, and then they came back in World War Two, and you needed the entire world again to beat these dudes, like to beat them down.
Yeah.
Right. So like for me, like Bismarck was like the catalyst for those. I'm not going to call them glory years, but those, because of all the evil that went on, but like those years of strength that Germany had, that's Otto von Bismarck built them up to that point. Now, if they were smart enough to keep using realpolitik and world politics like he did, instead of having Kaiser Wilhelm, I think the second, go rogue and start alienating people like his cousins and stuff around the world, Russia and Britain and whatnot, we might be having a very different conversation about the way the world is run right now, because it was really like going into World War One. It was the U.S. as a major industrial power, and then Germany. Like not China, not Britain, not France, not Russia. It was little old Germany, just this powerhouse, man. Technological inventions, universal healthcare.
I think at one point, I think one point their Air Force is better than our Air Force at one point.
Oh yeah. I mean, the German Air Force, it was a numbers thing, but in terms of like quality, if they had the numbers, like you may not beat the German Empire. They were so. Yeah, there's something I'm going to think about more. But
they had technology.
They had technology. There's something I'm going to think about more. But like off the names you list, I think that's a pretty strong list. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Napoleon.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, they kind of you could put them in any era, and they're just going to outperform their peers. I think.
Yeah. And definitely, I think some war tactics were actually taken from their books as well that we use modern day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
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 I mean, because they were not only leaders, but they were warriors as well too. So you get both of that. A lot of times you'll get a leader, and then you'll get a warrior, right? So there's two separate men that have to come up with ideas. These guys, Alexander the Great, he was not only, you know what I mean, on the battlefield, as y'all was saying, also his mind, his strategic war mind was just exceptional. Understanding that. Also, I was gonna say Leonidas the First and the Spartans
Yeah.
as well too.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. When they came knocking on the door, like, listen, they got that sparked the whole region of Greece to really fight back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Correct.
He went down
So,
as a martyr.
I mean,
He was a martyr. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to lead the small army that he had, obviously what the movie 300 is based off of, but to lead the small army that he had and the tactics of war that he had. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people weren't using flanks. They weren't using a flank tactic. They were using, you know what I mean? Go in, I got the biggest army, I'm gonna just run you over. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just mow you
Yeah.
over like a lawnmower. Nah, I'm gonna flank you. I'm gonna strategically put you in places where you can't fight, high on hills. You know what I mean low? We have the advantage, and so it's just the strategic of understanding war that we still now use today. Like obviously, the Germans had technology. They used technology to do a bunch of stuff, and still are to this day. Honestly, that we don't really talk about, but. Yeah, I would say, you know, all these though. Genghis Khan was just a savage. Honestly.
Word.
He was more just
People was fearful. They were fearful of him.
Right.
And not just
Right.
him, but also the descendants as well. Go watch Marco Polo, bro.
Right.
Yo, people were
Right.
fearful
That's
of
what
these
that's
guys,
what I
bro.
mean. Yeah.
The Silk Road, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was. Listen. Good topics, bro. I just want to bring. I know we could talk about hip hop and sports, things that's that's pertinent to our culture, but I wanted to talk about something else. So I got one more. You know what I'm saying? One more. That I was thinking about, as far as like inventions, right? And to be specific, I'm gonna go into electricity. And I think you should know who I should be about to say. If not for this person, we wouldn't live life as we know it now. Nikola Tesla.
It's a good one.
See,
It's a good
I
one.
knew you was going.
Good one.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
You can't-
Today. I had that
bruh.
feeling, that sneaky
We have
suspicion. Somebody was gonna
we
say,
have no
Nikola.
electricity. I mean, we had no electricity in our homes being operated the way we have it right now without him. You know what I'm saying? Like he made it residentially possible for us to have electricity with his AC current. Now the other guy we talk about, you know what I'm saying, was the boy Thomas Edison, which we all heard about and stuff like that, but he was responsible for the DC current, which is only really good for one direct line, one way. You lose power over time, batteries and stuff like that. He made it good for commercial use, you know what I'm saying? But far as like how we can use like electricity today in this modern world, Nikola Tesla. It's a shame that he couldn't, like, his name. The name Tesla is in the thing, but that's not his brand. That's not who he was. He died broke,
Correct.
by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone actually made profit and made money off of his inventions and things like that without him getting anything at all.
He was a poor businessman, unfortunately. He sold a lot of his
Very
patents
poor.
when he shouldn't have.
And he had a heart, and this what really kind of sparked me to talk about Nikola Tesla. There's an anime called Record of Ragnarok on Netflix. Basically, it is the heavens, right, and all their quote unquote gods, right. We're talking about Greek gods, Indian gods. They decide they want to cast judgment on mankind. The Valkyries, right, which is supposed to be like a where are they? They're what are they more? Are they Germanic or Valkyries? They're more
Like Nordic.
Nordic. Yeah, Nordic. There we go. Nordic. They're more like Nordic, right? They want they want mankind to win. So they become weapons so mankind can't fight against God. So what happens, right, to make it an equal playing field, the Valkyries transform themselves into weapons for their champion. So we got guys like Adam, right? From Adam and Eve, the first man being brought. He fought Zeus. That joint was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because Adam's power was that he was created in God's image. So everything that Zeus was doing to a fight, Adam was doing. and his weapon was his Valkyrie turned to bare knuckles. But anyway, let me go. The whole reason why I thought about Nikola Tesla is because Nikola Tesla is actually one of the characters in this anime. It's like a tournament type thing, and he uses his weapons to fight one of the gods, which I forget who it was. I think he wins. I remember, or he loses. But it just made me think like, yo, this dude really has some ingenious like inventions he's using to fight these guys, the Tesla coils and all stuff like that. I'm like, yo, this guy was really like, really like a genius. And in a way, I was kind of like equating him to like Basquiat a little bit. But the only difference is that Basquiat actually became rich, whereas, no, like you said, Stan, Tesla was a poor businessman. He never really reaped anything. He never became rich. You know what I'm saying? So
Basquiat really didn't become rich though. Basquiat, I mean, he was a
he
drug
made
addict,
a couple
honestly.
dollars. Yeah, he did.
He made some money, but
that's what I mean. He made some money.
How do I say this without being like he just blew all his cash on getting high and living his best life?
Blow or heroin, whatever it was. I think it was something serious.
He was on that black tar.
Yeah. But yeah, when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about Tesla. Like, dang, this guy's story kind of reminds me of similar to Basquiat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being like genius and being ahead of their time. Obviously, Basquiat being an artist, like no one was doing what Basquiat was doing. You know what I'm saying? And no one not really appreciating their gifts or their contributions to the world. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I thought. Basquiat changed art culture, and then you got Basquiat changed the world as we know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we don't have running electricity in our houses the way we would have now if not for his prowess. But that's just me. Let's say you guys.
Stan, you want to go? I mean, I got my guy.
I just haven't thought about this deeply enough. Tesla's just easy low hanging fruit. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, well.
It is, I guess.
I mean, electricity, right? Electricity is huge.
He did a lot of he did a lot of other things. Like he had the Tesla coils. So
Yeah.
So the idea of transmitting, I don't know if it was electricity or radio waves across long distances.
It was
He was doing some things that were above and beyond, even beyond just electricity. That's just what is known by the public mostly. But there were so many inventions he had that was just like, man, this guy's just next level, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's definitely the GOAT of a resource, of containing a resource. Essentially, that's what he is the GOAT of, for sure. Of containing a resource and using it that can be used throughout for all. My guy, I had to look it up, right? Because I didn't know off top. I'm not gonna pretend like I know all this stuff.
It's all good.
Jack Kilby.
Talk to me.
The microchip, okay? So he was part of a couple people, right, that basically integrated the system into a single processor, which would be the microchip. Got a Nobel Prize, all of that. Without a microchip, I mean, let's be honest, I'm not talking to y'all right now. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about what the microchip actually did for everybody.
This podcast is not happy about the microchip.
This podcast, none of these podcasts happen.
Goated, okay.
None of this happens.
Okay.
None of it. That's a goat. That's goat. I don't really need to go talk about no more. Look him up, Jack Kilby. They don't make a lot of movies about him, but he was one of them guys. He was one of them guys.
You inspired me.
One of them
You inspired
guys.
me. Now I need to look that up. I'll give you another answer. And there's others after that. Watson and Crick, who discovered the structure of DNA back in the 50s.
Come on.
Because now we're at the point where you have gene editing. So, I mean, just think about that. We knew nothing about the human genome, and now years later we've sequenced the entire human genome, been able to have things like 23andMe, where you can sequence people's genomes and see if they have certain diseases before they even manifest in real life. Being able to, I think just last year or 2025 or 2024, they had the first person treated with a treatment called CRISPR, which allows you to fix incorrect genes, for lack of a better explanation. And they were able to allegedly, I think, cure the first person that we know of sickle cell. Because they edited the gene and fixed it. Like, that is crazy. Now, there's a lot of good and bad that can come out of that, right? There's gonna be a lot of people that use gene editing for nefarious purposes, just like there will be a lot of people that use gene editing for good purposes. Like, the reason why we have a lot of synthetic and genetically modified crops is because we're able to edit the genome of plants, humans, animals. So, I'm looking to Kilby, though. So that's 3 people: Tesla, Kilby, and now Watson and Crick.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely got him up right now. Jack Kilby, American engineer.
Because that's a game changer, man. Like, all the gene editing, it still goes back to now we're able to do them at a higher level because you have the invention of the microchip. So you can now do all these high processes. Yeah.
I mean, you look at the systems, right? You look at the systems back in the 50s. They show you those old pictures of these computers, right? Computers the size of 10 houses, right? And in these basements and everything, and how long it takes for information to go from one place to the other. And then you manage all that and start breaking it down to smaller chips. You get smaller electronics, you get smaller. And people don't even understand how much microchips do. They really don't when you get down to it. I mean, it controls so many things. It controls things in your cars. It controls children's toys is what microchips do. Like, just so much microchips, and there are so many things that you don't even realize that it controls, right? And so, game changer of all time right there. Electricity, microchips, sickle cell, all of that.
Yeah, I think you have a very unique one. I even though without Tesla, you wouldn't have the computers and whatnot. But I think the era of the microchip, like what you're saying, that changes everything. So I think I might have to rank yours number 1. I think I might have to.
Yeah, I like that too, Jack Kilby, bro. Because like I said, there will be no jack of all trades. There will be no transmission of information as fast as it is right now. You know what I'm saying? I will concede Nikola Tesla to Jack Kilby for sure.
Jack Kilby, the greatest of all time.
All right. Yo, this was good, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was good. We need more topics like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is great. This is great. But listen, we've been going on for almost 2 hours now. I know we said an hour, but
2 hours.
But before we go, I just want to end this with GOAT, the last GOAT, the GOATest of all GOATs, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the greatest of all time. Point blank.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we go.
So
yes, sir.
That's where we at with it. And this is episode 4 of Jack of All Trades. We appreciate y'all. Listen, you have something you want to talk about? Comment. We have no problems. Whether we like it or we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it. May not be right away, but eventually we will. Because we are Jack of All Trades. That's where we are, bro. Stan, you got anything to say, fella?
Just appreciative of everybody watching the podcast, and in all seriousness, I love you, but God loves you more.
Ooh, mic drop. Tom, take us out, bro. What we got?
That's heavy. He should have finished, because I was just gonna talk about my fantasy. And that was heavy. That was heavy right there. So that doesn't equate. So if you could just rewind that, let me go first, and then Stan could go, because I can't match up to that. Okay, listen. I don't have nothing to say. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night.
Jack of All Trades, we out.
Jack of all trades, I move how I move.